Test. All right, guys. Before we get started, I want to just clarify one thing to the showman. I will be your judge today. This is my daughter, who's coming with me to help keep notes and to evaluate as well. But you'll if at any time you get confused, I am your judge. Okay. So if she's walking in a weird position, don't worry about her. Make sure you're showing to me.
So we'll take just a moment here while they're working the hogs. Our judge today is Mr. Kevin Cooper from Spencer, Indiana. Kevin and his family raise show pigs out of that area, and he's brought his daughter along with him today to help him evaluate our round-robin showmanship. These kids that you're viewing out here right now that are working these hogs and showing these hogs in the ring are your champions from the different species that we've exhibited here through the ring over the week. These kids are basically have sorted themselves out this week to be the cream of the crop of our showmen here in Daviess County, and we just want to take this opportunity to go ahead and spotlight them here in the round robin showmanship contest and let them come in and test their skills throughout the other species. At the conclusion of the hog section here, I would ask that we can get some guys together to help us take these holding pins down quickly in between while we're taking the hogs back to the hog barn and before we bring our next species in, if that would be possible, please.
Test, test. All right, you guys can shut those down for a minute. Great job. Let's put our hands together for these 8 individuals. What a unique opportunity these 8 have. If you guys have that same pride that it seems to be sweeping nationwide, this is one of the closing events for most fairs anymore, this round robin. And I know that a lot of you guys, when you come into fair, this has become one of those obstacles and goals that you have, is getting to this contest. So I commend you guys for getting here in your respective species and coming out and making it a challenge. Me and Kaylee, we kind of like to play a game, and that is see if you guys can present yourselves, sheep kids, if you could be pig kids today, and pig kids can be sheep kids, and goat kids, and cattle kids. And you've made it very hard. It'll be interesting to see at the end of the day which one of your what species you guys do show, and to us that's kind of that's fun to try to pick out and see. I think everybody has masked that pretty well. I asked you some basic questions about breeds, and I guess if all else fails, you guys went with the old faithful crossbred answer. Always a good answer if you don't know. Anything could be a crossbred, right? But no, make sure if you don't understand what these breeds are, go back and learn that, guys. We have a Duroc, or at least a Duroc characteristic hog. We have Berkshire characteristics. We have one that has the characteristics of a Hamp. The rest of them I would call crossbreds, okay? So definitely learn the breeds. If it's a cross, what makes that? If you have a belted hog, it's hard to get a Hamp and a York F1 that's going to be belted, okay? You're going to get that blue hog, possibly lighter blue than that, but you're not going to get a black hog if you mix a cross or a Hamp and a York. Learn a little bit about each of these species, if nothing else today, and keep being competitive. You guys did a great job. If you have any questions afterwards, feel free to come up and ask us. We're here to inform you on anything we saw to help make you better, and maybe you'll go and find a new species that you guys want to show going forward. So again, a big round of applause as we get these holding pins down and ready for the next species.
All right, showman, we're going to move into our goat species now. They're bringing those goats in from the goat barn, so if you want to go ahead and prepare. And just so you showmen know, we are going to be showing meat goats. We're showing boar goats, so.
All right, we'll give you guys just a couple seconds while I'm talking to you here to get your everything in order. What we're going to do is we're going to go 1 through 8. So number 1, if you want to start up here, and we're just going to make a big lap around, and then you'll stop when you get to your head right over here facing this direction, okay? Test, test. All right, guys, great job. Again, give them a big round of applause. If you don't come from the goat barn, then this is probably as challenging as what you guys have been up against yet, right? You don't have to answer that because I don't know who's from which barn. But if you've never showed a goat, they're low to the ground, they're hard work, and they never want to do exactly what you want them to do, okay? But you guys all came out here and you worked and you got it done. You was pleasant still. Those who knew your answers, you guys did a great job. These are boar goats, all weathers, okay? Acceptable weight ranges in this class are probably in the mid-50s up to probably the mid-80s, I'm guessing. So kind of get familiar with that, understand what these goats are being raised for as to what you're trying to do. You're trying to get meat and muscle onto them. They are still a product, and there's a finished product that goes to a market. So when we talk about length of body, we want muscle first, muscle and condition, so that we have product to sell and product to consume, okay? So just like any other animal, we have a product that we're trying to give to the marketplace. So understand those things, pretty simple questions that we asked you in the big picture. Go back and talk amongst yourselves and learn a little bit about this species. If you've never showed a goat, guys, these are a lot of fun because on your worst day, when you go to the barn on a bad day, you can always go out there and find a laugh when you're dealing with the goat. I guarantee it. They will make you happy, and then on your best day, they can do the opposite. They can make you mad and get aggravated. So they'll keep you grounded right there in the middle the whole time, all right? So good job, and we'll let you guys take those on out and get ready for the next species.
So, just an interesting tidbit of information while we were standing back here behind the ring watching the goats. It happened to dawn on me. This is our 35th anniversary of the Round Robin Showmanship Contest here in Daviess County. We have 3 plaques here dating all the way back to 1986 with the inaugural winner of the Round Robin Showmanship here in Daviess County, which was Miss Carrie Galooly, now Carrie Dalton. So as I look through these plaques, there are a lot of generational similarities I see in names. And there are a lot of kids that are in this ring today who have had parents that have been through this program whose names were also on those plaques. So I told Garrett this morning I wasn't going to talk on the mic today because I get emotional every time I talk about this Round Robin Showmanship Contest. But this truly is the highlight of a lot of these kids' 4-H careers, because most of the time, by the time you get to this point in the program, you're getting up towards being a 10-year member. And I thank you folks for being in the bleachers this morning, supporting these kids, and letting them know how important this showmanship contest is. So let's go ahead and give these kids another round of applause.
Test, test. All right, guys. Again, just like we did on the goats, if we can start with one, and you guys will do the same pattern as we did last time. We're going to walk a big circle in head to tail over here. All right, and then set them up. All right, we're gonna do something a little bit fun here for you guys. Kaylee is going to go grab this lamb here in first, and I want you to go to the back and grab that lamb, and everybody else move forward one, okay? If you guys got a bad draw on sheep, that makes for a long day, doesn't it? You sweat a lot, and it's hard work. So we want to see that it's not the sheep, and see what you guys are capable of. So once we get this done, we're going to take one more lap and let everybody give themselves one more chance to come around and set up, okay? So at this point, young man, if you want to lead us one more lap.
Testing. Okay, so I'm gonna be talking them real fast. Sheep can be kind of difficult, can't they? They can not want to push very well, which you guys all do a really good job of making sure they get set up when you need them to. They can be a little struggle not wanting to, and you guys, I think every one of you have ended up showing us a good profile and a good time where we just go and feel them, and they're all pushing at one point in time or another, although they can all be difficult at other times. So good job, guys, if you guys will put your hands together for them.
All right, we're going to take just a few minutes and get the lambs out of the ring and back into their pen, and then we're going to bring the cattle in. Actually, I think we're going to work the cattle in 2 groups of 4 rather than bringing 8 in at one time. So we'll get that decided here momentarily, bring the calves in and get that worked through, and then we'll get some scores tallied up here and find out who our 2021 Daviess County 4-H round robin showman is.
While they're bringing the cattle in, I'll go ahead and tell you guys, the exhibitors, what we're looking to do here. They're going to work these in 2 groups of 4. So what me and Kaylee are going to do is we're going to evaluate you guys pretty quickly, and we're going to get some preliminaries. We're going to keep 2 and send 2 to the next group. So then we'll come back with 2 from each of the first 2 groups and a pairing of 4 at the end, and then the other 2 will go in a second pairing. So each one of you will show twice. All right. These are preliminary pairings, so do not give up. Just because you think maybe you're 3rd or 4th in your first round does not mean anything. We keep a pretty good tab, and we'll put you where we feel you need to be. So maybe all 4 of the 1st through 4th may all come out of that first group, so just keep showing hard, all right? When everybody gets their calf, if we can go 1, 3, 5, 7 in that order and walk a big circle just like we did the sheep and goats, okay, and head to tail right over here. All right. Um, if the next four individuals, if number two wants to grab ones, and so on and so forth, we're going to keep this pretty simple. 1 and 3, you guys are going to be in group 4, all right? And then 5 and 7, you guys are going to be in group 3 here in just a minute. All right, from this group, number 2 and number 6, you guys are going to stay right here, okay, and be in group 3. Number 4 and number 8, you guys will be in group 4 in just a moment, okay? So those 2 of you that I sent to group 3, if you guys want to come and grab the second and fourth calf. Okay. Actually, hold yours for just a second. If you want to grab this young man's calf, and you grab that one. All right, good job. Let's give these 4 a round of applause, and then we're going to swap them out with the other 4. Young man, if you want to grab the one on that end, and then if you want to grab that second one, third one, fourth one. All right, let's put our hands together for these kids as they show these cattle. Around the arena, raise your hands if you've ever showed a calf in your life. Okay? Great job, man. And then if you've not showed a 1,250 to 1,400 pound calf, the nerves are real when you get out here and they don't want to do what they want. If you think that you can control them, it's about like whenever you're watching a baseball or softball game and you get the parent up in the crowd and the pitcher's struggling and they say, throw a strike. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that, but that absolutely drives me nuts. It's as if the kid wants to say, yeah, I never thought of that. I'll throw a strike. That's a great idea. Well, if you're out here and the parent's saying, hold that head, get them straightened up, make them stop, get them set up. Guys, they're trying. But these animals aren't going to do it unless they want to, and that comes from a lot of time at home and working them. So if you step up and you grab a calf that you've never worked with before, it takes some time to get to understand what that calf does, what that animal does as a whole, and these kids have done a great job. They've stepped in the ring with these animals, never seen them before. They've got them to show, and they've put on a respectable show here today. So, again, let's give them a big round of applause. If the individuals around the arena that brought the cattle in don't mind coming and grabbing the cattle, I'll bring these individuals out here for just a second. I want to talk to them and talk to you as parents. So if you guys want to take them over there and halter them up, That's fine. I think we're done with the kids showing. Parents, I hope you're sweating. Those of you who's got to do this adult showmanship in a little bit. If you're not sweating yet, go stand in an outhouse for a minute or something, get a good sweat going, make it look like you're serious. But no, I want to take just a second. I had the privilege of being here last year and evaluating the 4-H swine show. And if you wasn't here last year, I think there was one major difference. And that was everyone here was masked up, and everybody in here was nervous, and they were on edge, on pins and needles for what exactly was going on in the country. And I recognized some faces in here and around the arena, and I want to commend you guys because we didn't have a fair last year. We wasn't able to have a live show. It was all virtual. And this county went ahead and put forth the effort to have it, even in the middle of the pandemic and not knowing the uncertainty. So again, I want to make sure that kids, you understand what it's like to not have to miss that opportunity last year. 10-year members got their 10th year. 8-year members got their 7th year, all right? You guys didn't have to miss that year. There's no asterisks. It was simply an inconvenience of a mask and uncertainty as we went through that process. And now we look back at it, and we talked about the promise of how much better you'd be for going ahead and having that opportunity last year. I hope you guys recognize that. You guys persevered. Your county did what it took to make it happen. And to everyone around this arena and all those individuals, give them a big round of applause. Guys, we're never disappointed when we come down here. This county is full of good kids. It's full of good volunteers. When they took the holding pins down, I challenged that anyone had to carry more than 2 gates. Everyone jumps up, they come, and they get it done. And that's what it takes, and that's what you guys are challenged with here as the older members here. It's going back into your respective barns and pushing these kids to be better. Coming back and being a part of this. How many of you guys are 10-year members? Okay? I'm going to tell you guys some things that may never get told to you. You're going to go away next year, and you're going to feel like life got easier. All right? You don't have to get up and wash every day. You don't have to walk every day. Man, life got easier. Do you guys have brothers or sisters that are younger? You still get to then a little bit. But you're going to say, hey, I get to sleep in. You get up and go do it. All right? And then here in about 4 or 5 years, you're going to get this itch, if not sooner. You're going to get this burning itch that you're going to want to be back in. And you're going to come back, and you're going to be a part of this process again. So once we get you hooked, once it gets in your blood and in your head, and this becomes a poison, but it's a good kind of poison because you're going to help develop the next generation of kids that's out here doing this. How many years you guys got? 1 or 2 years left? All right? For those of you who've got 1 year left, girls, I don't want you to take any part of this process for granted. Boys, girls are a little smarter than we are. They know what they want to do already, okay? This year if this is your 9th year, this is a pretty important year. Enjoy it. Finish this day out with everything you can. Leave nothing behind, okay? Next year, you're going to be thinking about college, and you're going to be thinking about those that other gender, and we don't even like to say their name. But enjoy this process. Boys, 2 years from now, you're going to be wishing you were still here, okay? We tend to grow up a little slower. It stays in our blood just a little longer. If you're 8-year members, you guys look to these guys. See what they did. Really enjoy this process. And like they said earlier, this is the pinnacle of your whole week, whether you know it or not. I mean, man, we all want to focus on that Barra show, the steer show, the weather show, all right? That's what we're after, them ewes and gilts and heifers. Man, we work so hard to do that. This is a display of what you guys do, all right? How well you can adapt, how well you can overcome. So I'm proud of you guys all for coming out here and taking this serious. We kind of talk about what gender and what species you guys think you came from. We're not going to go ahead and pick. We probably will with the individuals who put this on. I think when the scores come out after a bit, you're going to find out kind of what we talk about and what we think. There's certain individuals, and I'll quit talking in just a second, I promise. Certain individuals that are just born to do what they do, okay? There's some that it doesn't matter if you brought a rabbit out here. They're going to look natural. They're going to look athletic. They're going to look like they got the ability to show it. We got a boy back home that's never showed an animal in his life, but he's a baseball player, he's a football player, he's a basketball player, he's very athletic, he's a good kid, he's grounded, he's humble, he gets up every day and works at his skill set on what he does. He came out one day and he wanted to show a calf out in the lot and said, yeah, have at it, try it. And you would have thought that he'd done it his whole life. He had that natural ability, okay? Natural ability is worth a lot. And some of us have it, some of us don't. I never had any natural ability in showing. I had to work really, really hard to get to where I was. And that means behind the scenes at home. And this particular contest makes that hard because no matter how hard you worked at home, if you come out and get a bad draw, it's tough, isn't it? I remember going to Wabash Valley showmanship contest, and I got a calf that would not lead. Couldn't make him lead. I got in the ring, took 2 guys pushing him, couldn't lead. Didn't matter how good I showed, I had no shot, okay? So that's just the luck of the draw sometimes. But the natural ability will always be there for those of you who have it, but I promise you that even those people learn to work hard at what they're doing. So keep working hard. You can, if you don't have that ability at what you're doing and you love it, don't give up on it. Work hard, and you'll find a way to come back and be competitive, and you'll find a way to surface to the top, okay? And that doesn't end at livestock. That goes into your job force or whatever you're looking to do. So one more time, give them a big round of applause. Appreciate you guys having us back. Good luck to all of you when you get your results. Don't drop your head. Keep your head up. Even if you was 8th today, you did a great job. It's hard to tell what you guys do. You did a fantastic job. Thanks again for having me. Adults, get your sweat on. You're about ready to work hard here in a minute.
Okay, guys, don't take off yet. Before we get the scores out here, I want to go down through. I want all of you to introduce yourselves, give us your name, what year in 4-H you are, and what species you're here for.
I'm Elena Ellis. I'm a 10-year member, and I'm here for sheep.
I'm Jordan Rimsberg. I'm a 9-year member, and I'm here for sheep.
I'm Caitlin Stevens, and I'm a 7-year member, and I'm here for goats.
I'm Reed Morris. I'm a 10-year member. I'm here for goats.
I'm Chloe Graber. I'm a 10-year member, and I'm here for pigs.
I'm Michaela Chambers. I'm here for pigs, and I'm a 9-year member.
I'm Tyler Boyd, and I'm a 9-year member, and I'm here for beef.
I'm Caleb Armstrong. I'm a 9-year member, and I'm here for sheep.
We're just double checking our scores here real quick, but this is a pretty good group of kids out here, and I'm going to keep my composure. I'm not going to lose it here, but as I've said already before, this is a very important part of the livestock show, a very important part of the 4-H process for me. Of course, everybody here knows that we've been heavily involved in the livestock inn for several years. Josh pointed out to me earlier that this may be the 35th anniversary of the round robin, but it's the 30th anniversary of my winning the round robin. He had to make sure that he pointed that out, so it's been a few years, but very proud to be part of the 4-H Association here in Daviess County. I think Kevin's comments earlier I would have to second about the the quality of the kids and the quality of the volunteers here. I'm very proud to serve with each one of you. So without further ado, the 2021 Daviess County 4-H Round Robin Showmanship Champion is contestant number 7, Michaela Chambers. So what we have for Michaela, we have a chair along with couple of gift cards, I believe, here also, so congratulations. You did an outstanding job. Each one of you did an outstanding job. I'm glad I didn't have Kevin's job today sorting through you guys because you made it pretty tough to tell which species you were coming out of. I mean, there was a few times you could see, but you did a very good job. So we want to make sure that we get everybody out here in the end of the hog barn, get a group picture together with all of you guys in front of the backdrop. We've got ribbons for everyone here. And Michaela, there's one more spot on plaque number 3 for 2021 that's going to have your name on it as champion round robin showman. Congratulations. So, as Kevin has alluded to, we've got another showmanship contest coming up, and this one's going to get serious. There's going to be some knives and guns pulled, I'm sure, in this one. So, hang around, and you're going to want to see this.